Hi everyone, it is me, Stormy here, and today I'm going to talk about, why I don't think I don't get any onlook for being a weather worker. Now, at first you might think, yeah, you do get onlook for being a weather worker, because weather is needed. Yes, weather is needed. No one's going to say that weather's not needed because it is. But folks are never happy with what kind of weather you do get, you know. So you have spring, and well, it is spring right now, and then it'll be summer, and then instead of bitching about how cold it is, they'll bitch about how hard it is, and they'll say it's world heating, it's world warming. Summer shouldn't be hot, spring shouldn't be hot, and if they're not happy with that weather, then they're saying, "Oh, Stormy, we don't like the rainstorms," or why do a lot of storms have to have thunder and lightning and rain in them? I don't know. Take it up with God. He's the one that makes a call and say, "Oh, this rainstorm has to have thunder and lightning in it." Um, and then I know there's going to be folks out there saying, then when it comes to fall and winter, either bitching about how too cold it is or bitching about snow. Never happy, bitching about the snowstorms. You know, you'll have some folks bitch and say, "Oh, I'm not getting enough snow," and the others saying, "I get too much of it." You know, once again, I'm only doing what I'm told to do. And yes, even though God does have might and slay over the weather, Lucifer can sometimes work his slate to make the weather become evil. Now, I know some folks are going to bring up land catastrophes, but yeah, I have nothing to do with those. I have nothing to do with earthquakes. I have nothing to do with floods. You know, um, don't guilt me when it comes to fires or wildfires because I had nothing to do with that. Fire hill blows up, earthquakes, those aren't mine. Those are land catastrophes. Those aren't weather. Well, yeah, a lot of folks will say that. What about gales and twisters? Yeah, that's weather. But that's not me. That's Lucifer doing his sleigh to make the weather evil. All right? Yes, sometimes I do storms like snowstorms, rainstorms, sometimes that has to have thunder and lightning in it. Don't ask me why. God says this storm has to have thunder and lightning, so it has to have thunder and lightning. Um, and then folks are going to be like, "Oh, well, you're not going to be doing anything now." Oh, that's not true. There's still a whole bunch of rainstorms that I got to do, and some of them I have to put lightning and thunder in them. It's I'm working in the behalf of God. God works through me and with me to do it. So it's really truly him. Um what else? The other half of the earth, that's half and half, it's going to get fall and winter, so I get the fall and winter to fuck out of them. Forgive my speech. I know a weather worker who works for God a curse, not a good thing. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah. Now, for all you folks out there that don't want to, keep, bitching about how, "Oh, well, we want everything to be, warm and everything." You're going to get it. That's not my call, all right? I oversee storms, which my name is Stormy. Yeah, that's an English name, and storm's English word. And Germish, that would be called Firmish. But why aren't there Y's in a German speech? I don't know. Maybe there are Y's in a German speech. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I just feel I don't get any onlook for being a weather worker. You know? And I know that you can't make everyone happy. And I bring this up to God. I'm like, "God, I know you chose me to be a weather worker and I chose to work for you. But I feel like I don't get any Onlook for being a weather worker. And God says, Stormy, weather is needed. I craft weather to keep the earth running right. Yes, sometimes Lucifer can do evil things with the weather. But at the end of the day, I'm the one that has the full flay and the full might over weather. You know? And yes, a lot of folks who work for me don't seem to get Onlook. But it's not about that. You know, it's about, you work, it's about you doing your work. But at the end of the day, I'm the one that gets the thanks for it because it's me who's doing it. You're just doing it in my behalf. I know that comes out mean, but that is the truth. When you're chosen by God to work for God or do something on God's behalf, it is God that is doing it, either with you or through you. He's the one who gets the thanks for it, not you. So, yeah. And a lot of folks, why does my hair look out of stead? Anyway, yeah. And so a long time, I used to think I wasn't getting any Onlook for being a weather worker. No, and this wasn't a thought that came to me overnight. Let's go back to 24 between FYL when the Dark Alderling, who was really the true big bad of the 24 between F Rainbow Bright drawing show, with Merkwell, Dismal, and Lurky really being her underlings. And sadly, I was one of her underlings because she made me believe that Rainbow Bright wasn't my friend anymore when Rainbow Bright was still my friend. And after I learned that Rainbow Bright was still my friend, and that me and Starlight, along with Brian, Brian, not the same when he was in whatever, being a Dark Alderling, Merkwell, Dismal, and Lurk in that world. But keep in mind, it was Lucifer who came to me and told me, Stormy, you don't get no Onlook for working for God as a weather worker. But everyone likes to Onlook Rainbow Bright as God's brightness bringer. And that's not true either. I was dumb to believe that. Yes, I was dumb of me to believe that, and it's not true. But sometimes I feel like I'm not getting any Onlook, as being one of God's weather worker. So just give me a little Onlook, and keep in mind, God's the one that's choosing what the weather does most of the time, all the time. And that's all I want to say. Anyway, that's it. If you want, you can like this film. You can share and playlist this film. And I'll see you later.